Welcome back. Tough economic times can certainly put a lot of pressure on a relationship, can test a marriage, but don't rush into divorce. Here now to talk about the do's and don'ts for people considering divorce is Robert Kornitzer, matrimonial attorney with Pashmanstein in Hackensack. Thank you so much for being here.
Nice to be here, Robert.
All right, we're talking untying the knot here, basically. So, first of all, how has business been? Has it been slower because of the economy? Has it been even more brisk because of the economy?
It's been very brisk. It's slowed down in some areas, but there's other new areas that open up because of the economy specifically. It raises all kinds of new issues.
All right, we have a lot of points to get to today
Yes,
because a lot of things to consider if people are considering a divorce. The first, we want to talk about the do's of divorce, and you say that you should do this, file if your income has decreased significantly. Why is that?
Correct. Well, in these economic times, especially say we have an economy that is financial in nature. You're somebody who works in Wall Street. Your income is down. Maybe your whole job category has been lost. So if you're trying to minimize the support you'll be paying, what better time is there to file your complaint for divorce when not only your income is down, but it looks like it'll be down for quite a long time. Your alimony will be less, your support will be less, and then hopefully for you, when it rebounds in the future, you'll be in that much better shape.
All right, now this is an interesting one. If you can stand the side of each other, live together during the divorce.
That's a big if. That's a big if.
If.
And there you have to know who you're dealing with. The economics are just that. Many people are divorcing because they're having difficult economic times. Maybe one of them lost a job. Maybe their jobs are just paying that much less right now. If you can live together and preserve your assets, then it helps put you in better shape into the future. And the big caveat in that is if you can live together. If you're divorcing, say, because one of you had an adulterous affair, is that person going to try to bring the boyfriend or girlfriend to the house? Can you coexist under the same roof? You don't want to be in that house that gets split in half.
All right, try to keep assets liquid.
Yes. People have lost a lot of money in the last few years, whether it's in pensions, whether it's in their houses, especially home equity, where people's equity in their houses have decreased so much in the last few years that they really need the cash going forward. You need the cash for your litigation costs, you need the cash maybe for the kids' colleges, but you will need the cash. And the more liquid you can keep yourself, the better position you are to set yourself for the future and to start your life after the divorce.
So you don't necessarily recommend hiding the cash?
No.
All right.
No, that leads to other
a whole host of
yeah.
other problems right there. Okay, demand concessions to offset the losses on your home. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, a couple of years ago when the real estate market was booming, everyone was trying to grab the house because it's an asset that's leveraged. You keep it another year, it'll keep going up another 10%.
Nobody wants the house anymore, do they?
They don't want the house, no. In fact, sometimes because it's so hard to sell the house, that they'll be fighting over, no, you keep it, no, you keep the house. And if you're going to keep the house, there's a good chance right now that you'll be losing money on that house the next couple of years. So to offset the cost of that and then the eventual cost of selling the house, you should demand something extra to help tide you over, to give you that little extra cash flow.
Here's an interesting point for homemakers, and I'm sure some people think about this, some don't. You want to sit down, if you are a homemaker, you probably want to sit down with somebody to talk about getting back into the job market.
Very important, and it's very important in the face of even who the judges are today. Judges, a lot of female judges in the family law circles. And these judges are working, they have kids themselves. You need to sit down and start retraining yourself. You need to sit down and start preparing for your life. And you need to sit down early, because if you wait too long, then all of a sudden you'll be left at the end of the divorce without a proper job.
And you say get the kids involved in, you don't want the kids to get involved in the dirty stuff, but you want the kids to get involved in all things financial here too?
The kids need to be part of the process. People really want to be protective of the kids. They're saying it's not the kids' fault that we're divorcing. We don't want to harm the kids. We don't want to really interfere with their lives. But the problem is there's only so much economically to go around. And the kids have to be brought into it and be part of the solution, not just part of the problem.
And finally, explore some alternatives to suing, right?
Yes, mediation and arbitration are getting to be very popular. Mediation is where you have a neutral party helping you to craft the settlement. keeps you out of the litigation, keeps you out of the court system, and it helps you craft a solution that really is tailored to both of you.
Interestingly enough, we have some tips for people who may consider suing, but there are things that you say that they shouldn't do also, and one of those, and I'm going to skip around a little bit, is don't file for chump change.
That's a big one. People get very emotional sometimes over little things. It could be something that you perceive as a family heirloom. Don't get emotional over something that's going to cost you $1,000 and it's only worth $50. It just doesn't make sense. It's not pragmatic.
All right, so let's say you just finished your first marriage, maybe your second marriage, and who knows, maybe you're going on to a third or fourth. Don't marry again without a prenup.
Very, very important. You're jeopardizing your children's future possibly because you might be losing an asset or having to give a part of an asset that really you intended to be there for your kids, you intended to be there for yourself. A prenup is a very important aspect of planning.
All right, and we're going to have to leave it there. Robert Cornister, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate
very
your
much.
advice. And if you have any questions or comments about anything you've seen in today's show, send them to me at itsyourmoney@news12.com. And that's going to do it for this week. I'm Eric Landskrunner. We thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep watching, keep saving. Remember, it's your money.